don't get me wrong, this is life-changing money. But again, you act like being on the PGA Tour is gonna, make you a broke boy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
sponsors alone
Right.
gonna make you
Right.
a very swell guy. So I
I mean, I was looking at a picture of this is so random. So the background with Camilo Villegas' house, like they were showing his son on Halloween. Again, this
Mhm.
man has not really competed very much on the PGA Tour and hasn't won in 9 years. Homeboy was living very palatial for
you know,
somebody who hasn't won in 9 years and really hasn't played a lot of golf in the last 4 to 5 years due to injury and life. But he's still doing quite okay. Back again another week for the Bearded Bros Golf Show. I'm Rod.
and I'm Marcus.
Couple articles that we'll talk about the live one that you talked about or shared with me earlier this week, which we had kind of seen on the same day. And this
Yeah,
is
literally
guys
timing.
who freaking are out of a contract. So first off, we got Graeme McDowell featured. Perez. Perez, our guy, not my guy really. Um, Fake
Used to be
sneakerhead
because
Pat
of the Jordan.
Perez.
Yeah, fake sneakerhead. Yep. Love the collection. Love the collection, buddy. That's about it. That's all I got
Yeah.
for you, bud.
But he's, not played well enough in these first 2 years on Live. Their rules seem to shift week to week based on, he's in the bottom, I think it's 25 to 44 players. And based on his status, he has no contract, no team. So he's waiting around for somebody to pick him back up. I think they go to this qualifying tournament in December as well
Hmm.
to kind of audition. It seems
Yeah.
like so. Pat Perez is one of those guys. Let's scroll down. David Puig. They were talking optimistically. At least the article that I read,
Saying he'll get back
that
in.
he would. Yeah, he's gonna get back in. I don't think he's gonna have an opportunity. I think he's going to have an opportunity. He's not going to be shut out. But
Yeah.
imagine a guy like Pat Perez not having a place to play next year, or is on the Asia tour all year.
Yeah.
Matt Jones. Matt Jones, fast player, highly talented man. I honestly, even though again, Matt Jones is not moving the needle. We're not missing him on the PGA Tour, but one of these guys that would sneak up every few years, win a tournament,
Yeah.
secure an exemption for a couple of years, play solidly, but never exceptional outside of his 4 career wins on shared between the PGA Tour and DP World Tour. But a highly talented dude. But I guess he wanted to go get the money at the tail end of his career, but now may not have a place to play next year. What do you think about him,
Right.
man?
I mean, another lightning in the bottle type guy, but I mean, you remember him back from the Shell Houston Open when it was Shell was the tighter sponsor and everything like that. He hit like
Mm-hmm.
on 18, he hit that chip in the playoff. I mean, like he's got
Yep.
nails when needed. So I mean, and the article that I sent you at least showed that he had been in the top 100 for what 8 years consecutively or something like that before
Two
this.
hundred and 50 weeks. Yep.
So it's not like he doesn't have the game. Well, 52, so 5 years, so 5 straight years
Mm-hmm.
using the top 100. But even then, that's still a mark in
That's
itself.
impressive.
With
That's impressive, man.
thousands of professional golfers, for you to stay in the top 100, that's a good one. I love seeing this. I love seeing this name
For
because,
this
bro,
Bernd
you had it
Wiesberger.
all. Yeah, you had it all in DP World Tour. You was about to become one of them guys in Ryder Cup. Not necessarily like a star, but you were going to be somebody that was likable, a locker room guy, somebody that these people could be like, yo, like I know he might not be the best, but like Burn gonna be a good locker room guy. We should pick him up.
Yeah.
Now you out of contention for that, but and now where you at? You out of a league. You out of a league, bro. Like, and again, like I like that. I guess that's just the hater in me sometimes, right? But like, very happy to see that he is falling off the bandwagon after all that stuff. So, Good on
Well, I
him.
think here's what I think. I caught an old article or an old interview with Hank Haney on
Yeah.
My Golf Spy. It was from earlier on in the year, or maybe even, I want to say, tail end of 2022. Either way, on Twitter, if you follow Hank Haney, he is a live kind of chill. Like he's always about live. He admittedly in this interview with My Golf Spy said that he just enjoys trolling people. He gets off on it. He likes kind of just making arguments that are
Yeah, he's
maybe not
addicted.
the most. Yeah, he likes it. He likes the reaction. But at the end of the day, he was very honest. He's like, you know, when we were talking about official world golf ranking points before this kind of recent determination that they would not be getting them, he said they got their money. And at the end of the day, he's like, any other complaints that they have, they got their money. So
Right.
essentially, he was even saying, shut up at this point, right? Stop
Yeah.
begging. You knew what you were getting into when you made this jump. And so, a guy like Bernd Wiesberger, you kind of feel that way. Like you got your reward, no matter whatever you negotiated to go over there. Hopefully, you negotiated well and it sets you up for a lifetime,
Yeah.
and you've been able to also capitalize off the team stuff because he definitely hasn't performed as an individual. You hopefully again secured enough money to not regret this decision. Does he have a lot of runway to figure it out and, you know, regain his career, whatever that path looks like, or regain, his spot on Live? Yeah. Because here's what I was thinking about when reading this before we move on to the last name on this list is for these guys who are over here on Live, and let's say it doesn't turn out to be where they continue to grab players from the PGA Tour or other sources. Guess what? This list might become null and void because the options may be super limited to Live to be
Yeah.
able to grab players. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
if no one's out here trying to flock because they're like they see the expiration date or they see that this isn't going anywhere. Okay, so for every person listed here, just may be a default. Like shit, we have to pick them up
Yeah.
because we don't have any other options to choose from. What do you think about that aspect of it?
Yeah. I mean, and I think, but see, that's the thing to me that we've discussed before. You think these guys that are contemplating live aren't following the court rulings and stuff like that? Like, you don't think that they're not invested in this? Because at this stage, now that it's fallen through and the litigation has proven that it is not conforming to tournament golf for the official world golf ranking points, what is the argument now? What can
Yeah,
they say? What is the rebuttal now to where they can regain confidence that they'll get official world golf ranking points? Hmm? Because the guys that are getting these points are going to the Asian tour. And how many rounds are the Asian tour playing? Four. Everybody is playing four with the cut, despite how many players is in it. You can have your little
yeah,
68 players or whatever, but as long as it's a 54 hole event with a non-cut, what are we even talking about? The
yeah.
format is not sustainable, as we have
It's really
mentioned
not.
time and time again. So again, these guys that are, everybody's itching to get over to live. Well, not if they're young and they're still trying to get in these majors and they're not inside the top 50 or whatever already. No, they're not, because they're trying to get these world golf ranking points so that they can qualify for this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
again, don't get me wrong, this is life changing money. But again, you act like being on the PGA Tour is gonna, make you a broke boy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
sponsors alone
Right.
gonna make you
Right.
a very swell guy. So I
I mean, I was looking at a picture of this is so random. So the background with Camilo Villegas' house, like they were showing his son on Halloween. Again, this
mm,
man has not really competed very much on the PGA Tour and hasn't won in 9 years. Homeboy was living very palatial for
you know,
somebody who hasn't won in 9 years and really hasn't played a lot of golf in the last 4 to 5 years due to injury and life, but he's still doing quite okay.
Right. You make that first big check, you get you a nice house, you pay it off, you don't have a mortgage anymore. You worry about the bills. You pay off the car. You're not worried about paying for a Benz AMG payment every month. You pay off two cars, one for the wife, one for you. Then you already know you're getting a free loaner everywhere you travel, flights
Yeah.
paid for. Then every time you're on TV or on any kind of event or any type of public showing and you have your title sponsors on, they're paying you for that. It's in the contract. You're getting thousands of dollars just to put on a Titleist logo, just to put
Yeah.
Ping on the side of your hat, just to have Mutual Omaha on the side of my polo. Hella bread. Don't talk to me, bro. You're gonna be fine if you don't go to live, bro.
So
You
last
know,
one on the list. Last one. So because I
even
know we have some
more
comments
poetic.
about him.
Even more poetic.
Graeme McDowell. So it's interesting that he's last, but I think poetic that he is the last one on the list. And I think what we texted about earlier in the week is I'm going to try to get down to this quote is I feel like I've been a good spokesman for the league and a good ambassador for the tour, and hopefully there is a captain that wants me on his team. Him talking about being an ambassador for Liv, that's what captains do. So he did
Right.
not end up with a captain spot in this league. He's just a
For a
rank and
reason.
file player, right? His last real bit of success was the 2010 U.S. Open. That's it. He
And
won that
and then
major.
you remember he randomly won the Mayakoba when it was in Mexico or whatever. And what did he do? He had to win it in the playoff, and he had to hit a miracle rod, literally a miracle 5 iron from 195 just to make that happen. Um, I want to can we look up? Can you share your screen and show who the live captains are real quick, Roddy, while
Uh,
we're on it?
let, let me pull it. Yeah, keep going. I'll look this up.
Because let's talk about the captains. You got DJ, career number one, multiple major winner, prolific
Okay,
winner on the tour.
I'm
One of
pulling it
the
up right now.
one of the few 20 plus tour wins on the court on the tour at one point. And then on top of that, he had that streak of like what 8 or 9 years where he'd at least win one event on the PGA
Mm-hmm.
Tour. Captain for a reason. Bruce Koepka, major championship winner. Bubba Watson, Masters winner. DeChambeau, U.S. Open winner, Ryder Cup stalwart, still in his 20s, brainiac, musclehead, meathead, all lovable things amongst live players and live fans. They love that. They love roids, shooting up, and all kinds of stuff like that. They love type stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
Graham, you're not competing with none of that, brother. I,
So
I'm just
yeah,
here to
let's
say,
let's
I'm
let's
just
let's scroll let's
Sergio
scroll back
Garcia,
through it.
right?
So yeah, we got Bubba Watson. You mentioned DJ. We got Cam Smith.
Major
Who
winner,
got
number one, putting,
got hot
king of
last year.
Australia. Yeah, what are we talking about?
DJ Martin
DJ,
Keimer, also
I
a
mean,
major winner.
major winner, face of Germany, the young face of Germany besides Bernhard Langer. Again,
Yeah,
holds weight. You're not
yeah.
even top
You
five out of Ireland that we're talking about, Graeme McDowell. We don't even mention your name, bro.
no. You mentioned Bryson DeChambeau, Sergio
Yep.
Garcia. As much as we hate him, I mean he's got
Proven
pedigree,
winner.
right? Masters winner.
Most
Stalwart
points
on
on
the
the Ryder
PGA
Cup.
Tour. Yep.
Yeah, pedigree.
Let's keep it moving. Phil Mickelson. We can hate him. We can hate him, but
Proven
accomplished
winner.
dude. I actually, right before we hopped on, read an interesting story about guy who does the Monday Q info, which we talked about him a couple weeks ago with the PGA Tour betting scandal,
Mhm.
or the Corn Ferry betting scandal. He does a lot around in and around the game, but he had messaged Phil about a player that was going into the second round of Q school, and reached out to Phil and just said, "Hey, do you mind touching base with this guy? Giving him some tips and tricks." And Phil, ended up connecting with this guy. Playing 9 holes, doing a short game with him at his house, and then they went and played 18. You hear the stories about Phil in the background. The public version of Phil, the private version of Phil can be very different. He's a flawed human being, heavily flawed,
Yeah,
but you can't question his golf pedigree. Probably one of the
at all.
smartest minds to ever play the game, and the way that he looks at it. Does that also probably turn him into a socially awkward asshole sometimes? 100%. But
Yes,
you cannot question his pedigree. Winning, oldest one to win a major ever. Can't take
right.
that away from him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Kevin Na, I question this one, but talented dude. We can move on. Kevin Na, he is what he is. Co-captains on the Majestics, Ian Poulter, Ryder Cup stalwart, Henrik Stenson, who had his, Ryder Cup, captaincy stripped as a result of his
Yeah.
move to live. But I
He
mean,
had that
still,
honeymoon British. He had that honeymoon Open Championship where he beat Phil. They were going crazy in that
yeah.
final round. Plus, he did some shit in the Ryder Cup too. But my thing is, oh my god, they're so lame. I can't believe they do this. Like, bro,
What?
take Kevin Na off the captainship. One of y'all take over that. No
I
way
know.
y'all do that, bro. That's so corny to me.
Yeah,
Like,
he's kind of lame,
ugh.
but
No, super.
Louis
Oh, winner.
Louis Oosthuizen, he's a winner, right?
He's a
Talented
winner.
dude, just can't stay healthy. Jaco Neiman, I think he got this one just because they needed a
He's getting
Spanish
paid.
team,
Yeah.
and he's got all the Argentinians and Spaniards
Mito
on the
Pereira,
team.
Carlos Ortiz, Abraham
Yeah.
Anser, I'm pretty sure.
So this is super random, just kind of joking around. How do you say this word? The team name?
Torque.
Okay, so watch and live, and it's probably a European thing. This is Team Torque. Torque. And I'm just, every time they say it, I cringe. I'm like, can y'all? It's Torque. It's.
They
I know I'm being a typical American, and feeling like we're the only ones that can pronounce words properly. But they call him Torque.
well,
GC.
it's an English word, and they have found a way to European it up because they got to pronounce every vowel. They do this every time. Like
So
perfect
those are your
word,
captains.
perfect word. Schedule. We say schedule. What do they say? Schedule. What is that? For what? For what? Tell me why.
I,
Come on, man.
I, at some point in time, I'm gonna get out in the world. I don't think Europe will be on my list of places that I'm gonna
Right.
to
But anyways,
prioritize.
I told you to bring all that up today to say that Graeme McDowell, you don't deserve a captainship. You don't deserve the pedigree you think you do, bud. I think you need to be on the, I hope somebody sees something in me that I didn't see in me, and then maybe I'll play a little bit better. Mr. I haven't won anything since 2018. Haven't been in the top
We have
100 since 2019.
bad.
Embarrassing,
I mean,
man.
he looks
Embarrassing,
old
man.
manish. He looks like
He
an
came
old
he,
man. Like
he came onto the PGA in his 30s. He's an old man.
he got the old man body going on. Got full dad bod. Trying to play
Old man
elite.
swing.
Yeah, just
Had a kid
around the
when he was
body.
like 38. Yeah, bro. Old man. He's an old man.
You get a lot of stuff out of this channel, y'all. A little business knowledge, a little technical golf knowledge, a little BS in here and there. You're in a well-rounded environment. So, uh,
Absolutely.
hit that subscribe button, hit that membership button. We got you covered on all things golf.